Okay, so this workshop is on problem solving. So this is something for you to look outside the box and something for you to challenge yourself with every day. So it's not really anything that you don't do already. It's just challenging yourself when you're actually going through it. So for example, there might be a situation that arises that triggers your thoughts, that triggers your feelings, and as a result triggers your behavior, which often leads to, you may be emotional eating, you may binge eat, you may feel quite sad within yourself, you may get anxiety, you may feel quite panicked. And that's the outcome. So it's breaking down each situation into segments. So you have the situation, and as a result of the situation, it's challenging the thought. Then from challenging the thought, you challenge the feeling or recognize the feeling, you recognize your behavior, and then as a result of all of that, you choose a different outcome to look at. And it's a process that takes time, and that's the whole idea behind mindfulness. It's not something that just happens, it's something that you need to work at. So what I suggest to clients is to do this for 17 days. You can journal about it, you can write about it. And I give you some questions for you to look at that you can pop in your journal each day. So you might write about at what point are you good enough? So at what point are you going to be happy within yourself that you are good enough? When are you self-improved enough to accept others? So that's basically stepping out of your boundaries, forgiving people for their wrongdoings by you, forgiving people for how they act or interact with you, or whatever it is that they may do in your life, even to do with your job as well. So it's challenging that. What in life is beautiful to you? So think outside the box. What do you resonate with? Like, what do you really, really want from your life and from the situation that's triggering you? Can you dream of having a dream? The whole idea behind mindfulness is having dreams and having visions. When you don't have those dreams or those visions, it becomes a problem. And so therefore you have to solve your problem. When you think outside the box and you start to deconstruct your life so that you begin to be mindful of every single thing you do in your day, it's hard and it doesn't just happen, but it's recognizing the need to love yourself and be more mindful of how your thoughts, your feelings, and your behavior and how you ultimately react to that affects you during that day. So I always say this to clients: yesterday is gone, today is certain, tomorrow isn't. So we always live in the now. So whenever you find a situation that challenges you, look at it. What is it about the situation that's challenging you? What is it that's testing you? And deconstruct it. Deconstruct it from the thoughts to the feelings to the behavior, and the ultimate lesson is the outcome. So what you choose is how you will live mindfully. And how we think, it's always about living in the highest vibration. So when you live in the higher level, there's no room to be in lower. Yeah. So all of the thought-provoking questions are something for you to look at. So the idea behind them is, for example, at the end of the day, I always say in your journals, you should write what you struggled with. So if you found a situation that you struggled with in that day, then look at the thought-provoking questions and see if one of those questions resonates with that struggle that you have. And I promise you that one of them will. For example, one of them is in one word, what do you live by, or what do you live for? So, you could have found that day that you got home from work, you were really, really challenged in your job, and what you found was that, you overindulged in your food to the point where you drank too much alcohol, where you then had too many snacks because you were emotionally eating to remove the feelings that you have. So that question in one word, what do you live for, you swap it to that. So when you feel challenged and when you're in that moment where you're feeling emotionally drained from your job, what is it that you can do to change that? So to give you an example, if I feel like I'm in that moment, so at the end of the day, before I even think about having an alcoholic drink or having something to eat, I go and have a shower. Some people might not be able to do that. And I let everything go. I just allow it all to go down the drain. And then once I come out of the shower, I'm a lot more grounded. One thing that you can do is do a protection. So you could go outside, you could look up at the sky and just let it go. So say to the universe, I surrender to you and I let it go. So what you're actually doing is you're empowering yourself. So you're changing the situation. You're changing your thought around it. I'm letting it go. You're changing your feeling. I feel free. You're changing your behavior. So you're removing yourself from whatever behavior that you would do if you felt stressed or anxious by going outside, having a shower, going for a walk. Something that's calm, not overexerting. You're letting it go, and as the outcome of that is you will feel lighter and freer and peace. And the more that you learn to do that with your body, the more that you will start to challenge it. So the idea behind it is to get you in the groove with your journal writing. So to make your journal your Bible. So the reason I've given you the thought-provoking questions is to challenge the situation, write about it, and deconstruct it. And it's, as I said in it, it's healing you from the inside out. So there's nothing more beneficial than doing it this way. So I hope that all makes sense. I hope you've gotten something from it. Any questions, please let me know. Love and blessings. Bye.